Welcome to the E16 podcast, reporting to you from Pikeville High School. This episode is a TSA crash course that will help all students, familiar and unfamiliar with TSA, succeed in their TSA event and or conference.
It's Ian and Ashton here with you from the E16 podcast, and today we brought on two new members.
I'm Maston.
I'm Cameron.
And they are new to TSA and don't know how to prepare for a TSA event or conference. So in this episode, they've come here to ask us questions about the TSA experience, and we're just trying to help them out, and maybe some of you viewers at home that are new to TSA.
Awesome. So thank you all for having me on. So whenever I was starting out TSA, figuring out which one I wanted to do, I found it a little hard to figure out which event I wanted to do. So what would you all say for anyone new, like what event is right for me, what event is right for them?
Okay, so we chose podcasting as our event because Ashton and I have like a history in editing and graphic design and stuff like that. And that's what audio podcasting is mainly based around. We just love talking about things, just having conversations with some friends. So we just figured that podcasting was the right event for us. So if I had any advice to anybody new that was struggling finding the right event for them, is to just find something that you think would be fun. TSA is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be something that you should just like put as like something to check off on a to-do list like homework or like school. It should be something that you enjoy, right? But you do get some like great benefits out of choosing events and winning events like scholarships and just something to put down on your resumes.
All right, that's awesome.
So could you walk me through the portfolio process and like how that works and what it's all about?
Yeah, so some things don't even have it. Some things don't even have a portfolio, like on-demand things. But in the case that you do have a portfolio, it seems like one of the hardest, like it seems like the harder thing to do. Like you want to go in and do like the main topic because that sounds like the topic you're interested in, but you don't want to go through all the time. You hear that it's like 10 pages, but in reality, it's really not that bad, and it's just you documenting what you're doing as you go along. So as long as you just keep up with your time and manage your time more wisely, the portfolio is actually really not bad. It's actually an easier process.
Awesome. I've also heard you all talk about the interview a little bit. So could you all like describe to me how that was or what I could do to prepare for it?
Okay, so my first year with TSA was 2 years ago. We did podcasting, and when we went to state, my friend and I were very intimidated by the interview because it seemed like, like interviewing for like a job or something. So what we did, or how it went, is they just asked us the hard things that we had to face and some of the processes that we did during the time that we created our podcast. So it's not really like an interview, it's just with two adults and you're just having a normal conversation about the process of what you did during your TSA event. But not all events have an interview, so you might not have to worry about that.
All right.
So how did your first TSA event compare to your most recent one?
All right, so our first TSA event was 2 years ago. We actually started off doing audio podcasting. We stuck with the topic, The main difference was the first year we were doing it for fun, and we didn't know much about it, and we didn't try as much. But as the years went on, we're trying a lot harder. We're trying to compete. We're trying to get that place, top 3. That'd be pretty nice. That's what we're aiming for. But, overall, we've just tried a lot harder. But another big thing was we learned a lot. First and second year taught us a lot. And, taught us to document our things a lot better. You just learn as you go.
Yeah, I'm sure it got easier the second year you did it.
Yeah.
Well, how was it at the hotel, like at the actual like state competition?
During TSA the state competition, they take you to the Marriott Inn in Louisville typically, and it's really fun up there. You get to meet a lot of great people and do a lot of fun activities. There's things like silent disco and some other events, some public speaking events and stuff like that. But it's really dependent on your event is how the hotel will go. So a lot of events are hosted actually at the hotel, like robotic competitions and like on-demand videos and stuff like that. When on the contrary, audio podcasting, you have to submit your podcast to some people and they just interview you at the hotel. So it's really dependent on your event. But yeah, it's really fun up there. Get to make a lot of great connections, meet a lot of new people, and yeah.
Oh, well, that's great to hear. All right. Well, thank you all for having me on. I've really learned a lot. I was a little bit nervous coming into this, but after hearing what you all have to say about it, I'm feeling a lot more confident.
Yeah, it's kind of eased the nerves. I was kind of nervous about going down there, but it actually made me feel a lot better.
You guys are welcome. Thank you all for tuning in to the E16 podcast. Again, my name's Ian.
My name's Ashton.
I'm Maston.
I'm Cameron.
And thank you all for tuning in. See you all in the next episode.
Thank you all for listening to the E16 podcast. We hope this crash course helped. Special shout out to the Technology Student Association for making this possible.